I'm Ashley, and I got a chance today to interview Ms Elizabeth, a research assistant from Monash University.
So I became interested as I had a conversation with a favorite lecturer of mine who sort of piqued my interest in what research could be about. And so that sort of helped me start that journey as a research assistant. So similarly, I would say that many early career pharmacists share perhaps a similar predicament as mine, especially when you're trying to pivot your career into something that is perhaps that was in a more comfortable or stable position towards a more daunting or uncharted territory sort of kind of position. So pivoting my career into a position with an acknowledgeably lower salary versus my PRP salary even, that was actually rather concerning for me. As I knew a decision as such meant no turning back, because I felt like I had already made my bed, so I should lie in it. And if research is something I'm really passionate and something that I want to do, I should stay true to my path. And so I was really concerned if this was the right time to make this sort of decision and if my decision was even the right one. Leaving my hospital pharmacist job immediately after receiving my FRP number seemed almost reckless in the eyes of others as well. In addition, this pandemic has actually messed up many of my plans of studying overseas, which actually was only supposed to be about a 3 to 6 month wait. I took up this RA position mainly to buy time. So the 3 to 6 month wait, but that sort of kind of been extended to now what stands our 18-month wait. In terms of hard decisions, I guess in order to pursue this career, which is often the road less taken, I have had to make quite a number of hard decisions and sacrifices. This started off, like I said, accepting an initial pay cut. And I mean, most of us have commitments that we still need to, pay the bills. So that was a difficult decision. And deciding whether or not to continue, was it with a PhD? Was it with a taught master's? That was also sort of like a lot of soul searching. At the same time, however, I wouldn't say that these hard decisions were all, in a sense, not fruitful, because I guess it's these hard decisions that really helped me crystallize my goals, because it made me do a lot of thinking, a lot of reflecting, a lot of acceptance as well. Everything in life sort of happens for a reason. So you might not understand it now, but in time, the pieces will come together. And as you reflect back, it's all in the greater good. So, deep down, I've always known that I've wanted to pursue a career in healthcare access for vulnerable populations. However, I've always been in a crossroads as how I would marry my pharmacy profession with such a passion of mine while still making a living. So research has sort of paved that way for me as I realized the amazing work research evidence was playing to advocate for policies and solutions at the grassroots levels, and also, of course, if we're looking at a more macro sense. I'm always grateful for my supportive family, friends, and boyfriend who have always encouraged me to pursue my dreams, even if it means going to the ends of the earth. Having said that, even when you're in a position of a lot of resistance, a lot of objections to your decision and your life choices, that doesn't mean that you're alone. Like, you could always reach out to people in academia, people who have actually sort of walked that same road before you, and even reach out to them. So, that's really important because you're not alone in this journey. So a lot of people would say that attention to detail, having good analytical skills, good English, and a hardworking character are essential to what makes a good research student, research assistant, researcher, which all of those I do agree to. But I guess in terms of my preferable traits, so this is the opinion of mine, is that I think top of my list is passion, your deep why on why you're doing research. Honestly, people think researchers just sit all day in front of the computers reading and writing. Well, that is one aspect we do. A lot of research involves running into walls and figuring out how you climb over these walls while still learning about something. There are gonna be days where you feel low and like you're not making any progress, but it's your why which will help you see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, my advice to you is that if you want to do a PhD, you need to know what you're getting yourself into. And it's 4 years of independent research. So I feel it's important if you want to do something, you should know what you're getting yourself into, because at the end of the day, it's the decisions that you make that shape your life. So it's important. I would say a second thing is that integrity is absolutely important as a scientist. You will come to realize that many research papers which are published are just as true and accurate as the person who wrote it. So what I mean to say is thy own self be true. It is essential that, integrity must be upheld and maintained in research, as you are feeding new findings and publications to the greater scientific community. So if you wrote that paper or contributed to it, then yes, your name deserves to be there. If not, it doesn't. So I think it's important to understand this because of the current way academia is currently being shaped as. It's important to hold your research integrity. And lastly, having good people skills. Unless you're totally isolated in bench work, and even then you probably need to work in a group of other lab students with your supervisors, it pays to never burn bridges. Treat everyone with kindness, harness your communication skills, as these relationships are important, firstly to ensure your peace of mind, but of course for future research collaborations. So in terms of my prior experience as a PRP in Samdabi Medical Center, I wanted to just gain some clinical experience before diving into research, because I knew the work I wanted to do needs some grounded knowledge of the works of the healthcare system. I wish I had a more glamorous answer to share with you why I chose my PRP to be there, because I literally live 2 minutes away. So the choice is pretty obvious, and I didn't get a hospital placement in the government setting. But I was really interested to still have some basic footing in hospital pharmacy. So my area of interest usually it includes refugee health and the social determinants of health which underpin the health disparities. My area also looks in healthcare access for deaf sign language users and digital health innovations which bridge the communication gaps during a health consultation. So because of this, it's sort of expanded into a general health communication domain where language and cultural aspects also play important role in creating meaningful and effective communication. During my initial transition, I did face some challenges, but that was because I just had no prior solid foundation in research skills. So I would recommend you being proactive, just going on Coursera to learn on your own, or even speak to your supervisor. What outlets are there for you to learn? So another way, a quick way to overcome this is as well as to follow some Twitter accounts like Academic Chatter, where you get to see a lot of memes, but also a lot of helpful resources on what you could, learn and what you could do as well. And some perhaps writing groups, in fact, where you actually get to learn from others and know that you're not alone. So my advice to you is to reach out to a potential supervisor, to ask for opportunities, to not feel shy, to even drop an email to introduce yourself, and ask if there's an opportunity to get your hands dirty in research. Even if this person didn't have an opportunity for you, he might know someone and refer you to that person where you could also have another lead. So that's all for my sharing. Thanks for listening, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.